Welcome back to NHK Newsline. I'm Nortika with the latest at this hour. Japan's defense minister has been replaced, closing a chapter in a major cover-up scandal. It centers on the withholding of records on Japan's former peacekeeping mission in South Sudan. Tomomi Inada stepped down to take responsibility after an internal inspection found a series of violations. The inspection found that Inada did not approve the cover-up, but it also says it cannot deny she may have known about the record's existence. The report found the Ground Self-Defense Force deleted the data twice and said the problem dates back as far as last July when the GSDF did not disclose records.
This series of problems could lead to public distrust of how the Defense Ministry and the SDF handle the disclosure of public information. Repeated media reports suggest leaks of information were coming from inside, and that could erode their trust in the governance. As a result, that has led to the very serious problem of loss of morale in members of the forces in their daily duties in Japan and abroad.
The inspection says Tetsuro Kuroe, who just resigned from his post as administrative vice minister, made the decision to keep their existence secret. He told the GSDF chief, General Toshiya Okabe, who is also resigning. As one of her last acts as minister, Inada took minor disciplinary measures against them and 3 other defense ministry and SDF officials. The scandal has hurt the prime minister as well.
I'm responsible for appointing ministers. I have to sincerely face the criticism from the public against my cabinet members. I must apologize for her resignation.
He says Foreign Minister Fumio Kishida will temporarily add the defense minister role to his responsibilities. Here's a look back at Inada's time as defense minister and the scandals that led to this point. NHK World's Tomoko Kamata has the details. Right. Thank you very much. Hiroyuki Takahashi of NHK World. A pro-Pyongyang Korean high school in Japan should be receiving government subsidies. That's according to a district court's ruling on Friday, the first of its kind. The operator of a pro-Pyongyang institution in the city of Higashi Osaka, western Japan, challenged a 2013 education ministry policy. The policy looked to eliminate tuition fees, but the ministry decided to restrict any schools operated by a pro-Pyongyang Korean Residents Association. The school argued it was being disadvantaged because of diplomatic issues between Japan and North Korea. The government defended its decision, denying that diplomatic considerations were a factor, but the court disagreed and ruled in favor of the school. Last week, a court in Hiroshima ruled otherwise, dismissing another Korean school's claim in a similar case. The judge pointed out that the school operates under a pro-Pyongyang Korean Residents Association, and that raises fears that the government subsidies could be used for other purposes. The 2 different rulings may impact other cases in the country. There are 5 similar cases that have yet to be heard in court. After a 2-week hiatus, North Korea's state-run media is reporting on the whereabouts of leader Kim Jong-un. The ruling Workers' Party newspaper showed him visiting a military cemetery in Pyongyang on Thursday, the 64th anniversary of the Korean armistice. The article quotes Kim as saying he is convinced military officers, soldiers, and younger generations will keep striving to protect the fatherland. It was the first media report about Kim since July 13th. Kim's conspicuous absence had promoted speculation that he might have left the capital to oversee another ballistic missile launch. Meanwhile, the U.S. military remains on alert, saying the North may still try to test an intercontinental ballistic missile. And the Central Intelligence Agency is working on options in dealing with North Korea's nuclear and missile development in case the U.S. president deems diplomacy has failed. That's what CIA Director Mike Pompeo told the Washington Free Beacon, a conservative American news website. Pompeo said the CIA is looking at every piece of its operations, whether it's foreign intelligence collection, covert operations, or the capacity to assist brothers in arms at the Department of Defense. He added the previous administration may have had more time to tackle the issue, but from an intelligence perspective, it is no longer the case. Last week, Pompeo said in a forum that the most important thing the U.S. can do is separate nuclear capacity from someone who might have intent. Next, a group of Korean Americans is gathered in Washington to protest against Japan over the issue of those referred to as comfort women. The meeting on Thursday marks 10 years since the U.S. lower house adopted a resolution demanding Japan's official apology to those women. The gathering was attended by the chairman of the U.S. House Foreign Affairs Committee alongside 3 other members.
And demanded that the government of Japan disavow the hurtful statements made about comfort women and World War II.
The group of Korean Americans plans to set up a statue symbolizing those women in San Francisco by the end of the year. They've already erected a monument in the southern state of Georgia. The governments of Japan and South Korea agreed in late 2015 that the comfort women issue had been finally and irreversibly resolved. Prime Minister Shinzo Abe offered an apology over the phone to then-President Park Geun-hye. However, some Korean Americans are demanding a more sincere apology from the Japanese government. A group of Japanese researchers are turning back the clock in the hopes to learn more about typhoons. The group is planning to begin aerial observations of typhoons approaching the country. Similar research was done 30 years ago. A test flight was carried out on Thursday. The aircraft dropped newly developed observation devices. They collect information like speed and direction of winds, the temperature, and humidity. The information is then sent back to the plane every second.
Observing data around typhoons will help to drastically improve predictions of their intensity and path.
The researcher says the new information could help them understand how typhoons form. The newest movie by Japanese director Hirokazu Koreeda is among the picks at the Venice Film Festival. The organizers announced the festival lineup on Thursday. It is regarded as one of the world's top 3 film festivals alongside Cannes and Berlin. Koreeda's The Third Murder is a thriller featuring a lawyer who is assigned to defend a man charged with murder, but who eventually finds out the truth. This is Koreeda's first film to be selected for the competition category at the Venice Film Festival. When his career was starting 22 years ago, he won the Cinematography Award at the festival. The winner of the competition will receive the coveted Golden Lion Award. The organizers also announced that Outrage Coda by another Japanese director, Takeshi Kitano, will be the closing night film. The 74th Venice Film Festival will run from August 30th to September 9th. That wraps it up for this edition of NHK Newsline. We'll have more for you soon. I'm Minora Takao. Thanks for joining us.